So I've been meaning to, ask and make this video. Um, what happened to video games where it used to be about that grind, where you would play a certain amount of hours, get experience, get rewards, and it made the game more interesting, a reason to continue to play when there was no reason to play at all. Like, for example, completing the game 100%. That was a reason to keep playing it over and over and over again. Like, for example, the completionist said it took him a complete and total year to 100% complete Skyrim, to make every choice there was, to perform every decision that you can, every option that was available. It took the completionist over a year to complete Skyrim in a 100% fashion. And I'm pretty sure he grinded the heck out of that game, getting, leveling up all of his skills to 100, getting all the Daedric artifacts, and certain outfits that were rare and hard to find. And that's what actually made games really more intriguing and playable. Where, okay, you've beaten the story. Now, let's get to grinding. Let's get to grinding in the game to obtain new things. Like, for example, in Overwatch 1, the first Overwatch, I would play long periods of hours just to level up and increase my rank and my rank and even my competitive rank, just so I can get certain items, like the golden guns. You have to play competitive in order to get a character their golden gun. Or in Overwatch 1, you had to level up to get loot boxes, where you had an option of getting 5 things. Or was it 6? Maybe it was 4. I think it was 5. Well, whichever. But grinding always had a positive reward, no matter how many hours you sacrificed. Your grind always got you something. Now it just feels like they replaced all the grind with microtransactions, where you want this, you gotta pay. We've already paid. We own the game. We technically own that game. When we bought the hard disk, that's what I do. I don't buy digital. I buy hard disk because they can always screw you over when it comes to getting digital copies of things, which is what I've seen Sony do. And Sony, as a PlayStation fan, I gotta say shame on you. But another thing, back to what I was talking about, which is the grind and against these microtransactions. It makes you lose all interest in the game now that they've favored microtransactions when it comes to getting the things you want, or trying to progress to getting the things you need or want. To style up and change your character, get cool, hilarious voice lines, unlock certain characters. It's no longer fun anymore when you're microtransactioned into playing a game. Here's another example of an example of it. Mortal Kombat X. You grind the heck out of that game in order to unlock everything you can in the crypt. Sometimes you wouldn't get everything you needed or wanted, but there were times when it was worth getting. It was worth the trip, the grind, because there was always something that you could either get here, get there. They would even hint that what you could get here or there. But when you play Mortal Kombat 1, there is no crypt. It's just microtransactions and microtransactions to getting what you want. Mortal Kombat 11 had a little bit of both of that. While there was a crypt, kind of, it was mostly and mainly just microtransactions into getting what you wanted. It was never just pure grind. No, it was 50-50. And when you grind in 11, you really didn't get the things that you wanted or were interested in, because it wouldn't even hint at what you could get or what you will get. It was always just a big mystery. And another thing about, there's no grinding in games is, like, without that grind, what's the point of continuing to play the game after you've beaten it? You lose all interest in it. Because, look, there's nothing wrong with grinding. I mean, in a video game, it makes you a better player at the game. It makes you want to see what you can unlock in the game. Whereas the microtransactions just tell you, you'll get this and you'll get that, or you'll probably get this and probably get that. It's like playing Raid Shadow Legends half the time, where you have to buy your gold and purple stones, to unlock epic and legendary characters or void characters. Like, why not put more of a grind into that game instead of a microtransaction into the game? I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but it's just pure microtransaction. There is no simpler, easier other way in order to pull off a successful grind and get what you want. Just like with the whole, what's the name? I can't remember that. I think it's called Showdown, where all of the Fox cartoons, except for Simpsons, Family Guy, King of the Hill, Bob's Burgers, that other app game, I think it's called Takedown. They've got Futurama as well, and you can play as all the characters, almost every character there is, to do a throwdown with cards and everything. Where it's kind of funny and hilarious. There's cool references in it, but once you get to a certain point, it's like it forces you to pay for things. We need to go back to grinding, not microtransactions. At least make the microtransactions optional for us. But I seriously doubt they will. But that's all I've got to say about this, which is, let's get back to grinding instead of microtransactions if you want your games to be more entertaining and last longer.